Good evening, parents. Please stand in recognition of our Clear Springs High School 2012 graduates. Thank you.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, and of course, graduates. Welcome to the 2012 commencement ceremony of Clear Springs High School. My name is Parisa Ganimi, and I am the senior class president. Please note, this ceremony will be followed in order stated in your program. This evening, the invocation will be given by our class secretary, Sarah Littlejohn, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, the Texas Pledge, and the recognition of the military honors by our class parliamentarian, Taylor Provost. The national anthem will be sung by the Clear Springs High School Chamber Choir. Introductions of our special guests will be given by our class historian, Rachel Stevenson. And the benediction will be given by our Vice President, Logan Reed. Sorry. Before we begin, I would like to say thank you to all the faculty and staff who have joined us here this evening and who have supported us along the way. Thank you for being here tonight and for being here every day for the class of 2012.
We would like to ask the audience to stand and remain standing for the invocation, the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, the Texas Pledge, and the national anthem. Sorry. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Clear Springs men, your mortar boards. And now please bow your head for the invocation. We ask that you guide us as we gather together on this evening that we have worked towards and anticipated for so many years. We feel both joy and a little sorrow as we reflect upon the great changes anticipated for so many years. We have grown in so many ways and have so many friends at Clear Springs. We see your work every day in the kind acts of our fellow students. We see your strength as friends and family rise up to face great challenges. We find your wisdom in the words and guidance we have received from so many dedicated educators throughout the years. We feel your love and the support and encouragement we have experienced in countless ways from our families. This day is truly a culmination of the work, effort, and love of all the people you have put in our path. As we walk across the stage this evening, we will be closing the door of one chapter of our lives and embarking on our next journey. We would like to thank you for the many blessings you have bestowed upon us that have made it possible for us to come so far. We ask that we reflect your love and grace in all the things that we do, and that you look down upon our accomplishments with pride. Please touch each of these graduates with the courage and wisdom to follow their dreams and make a difference in this world. Amen. Amen.
Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join me in saying the Texas Pledge. It can be found inside your program at the bottom. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. We are proud to be gathered here tonight in Veterans Memorial Stadium, which is named in honor of all of the military service men and women from Clear Creek ISD. At this time, we would like to recognize all seniors in the class of 2012 who have joined the military, as well as any of our guests in the stadium who have served in the military. Please stand so that we may acknowledge your patriotism and service to our country. Thank you for your service.
At this time, I would like to recognize the Clear Creek Independent School District board members who are here and on present with us today. Please hold all applause until all special guests have been introduced. As I call your name, please stand. The School Board President, Mr. Ken Ballaker, School Board Vice President, Miss Ann Hammond, School Board Secretary, Miss Wynn Weber, School Board Member, Mr. Robert Davey, School Board Member, Mr. Charles Pond, School Board Member, Miss Paige Rander, and School Board Member, Miss Dee Scott. Also joining us this evening are our special guests from the Educational Support Center. Please stand as I call your name. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Greg Smith. Deputy Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. Stephen Ebell. Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education, Dr. Alex Torres. Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Education, Ms. Holly Hughes. The administration of Clear Springs High School, who are on stage with us tonight, are as follows. Please stand as I call your name. Our head principal, Mrs. Gail Love. Our associate principal, Mr. Joseph Reese. Our assistant principal for the class of 2012, Mr. George Martin. Our dean of instruction, Miss Colleen Dale. And our lead counselor, Mrs. Mary Margaret Rucker. Thank you for celebrating with us tonight as we begin the journey of life after Clear Springs High School.
At this time, I would like to introduce the assistant principals for Clear Springs High School. Principals, as I call your name, please stand. Assistant Principals, Mr. Michael Lotz, Miss Lori Diaz, Miss Barbara Morrison. Thank you very much for the service you have given to Clear Springs High School. I would also like to introduce to you our counseling staff for Clear Springs High School. Counselors, as I call your name, please stand. Student Support Counselor, Risha Torres. Student Counselors, Ms. Lori Schmidt, Ms. Julie Burris, Ms. Ajunta Thomas, Ms. Angela Alkinson, Ms. Laura Goodwin, Career Specialist Kathleen Gandon. Thank you to all the counselors for what you do every day for the students at Clear Springs High School.
Mrs. Gail Love has been a school administrator for 24 years. During this time, she has become the most phenomenal principal and role model for her student body. 5 years ago, Mrs. Love opened Clear Springs High School. In her time at Clear Springs, Mrs. Love has put in her full devotion and passion of administration into making our school successful. This has led us to where we are today, exemplary in many things, athletics, fine arts, and especially in academics. It is my honor to introduce to you tonight the head principal of Clear Springs High School, Mrs. Gail Love.
Thank you, Parisa. To the Board of Trustees, Superintendent Smith, guests on stage, class of 2012, faculty of Clear Springs High School, friends and family, welcome to the graduation for the class of 2012. I am proud of each of you seated here today. Again, thank you, Parisa, for that wonderful introduction of me. I would also like to thank at this time Mr. George Martin, our senior principal, and Ms. Tracy LaFord for her leadership as both senior class sponsor and graduation facilitator. Thank you to the teachers that supported you from grades pre-K to 12th grade on this journey to high school graduation. It takes the support of many to reach the milestone of graduation. Special recognition this evening and thanks to the 150 faculty and staff members that are present here today. Let's give them a round of applause. Parents and students, the very distant future that you've dreamed about for many years is not so distant anymore. Graduation today is a celebration of each of you and an opportunity for you to begin a new and personal journey of possibilities. This class exemplifies the motto and spirit of Clear Springs: character, strength, honor, and success. This class has set the bar high, leaving a legacy of both academic, fine arts, CTE, and athletic achievements. 91% of the students that are graduating today are graduating on the Distinguished Plan. 86 students are honor graduates, and we have 6 National Commended Scholars. Students in this class were recently awarded an impressive $10.43 million in scholarship, the highest award in the history of Clear Springs High School. Our campus post-secondary report shows a class of lifelong learners with over 93% of you committed to attending a 2- or 4-year university, and 22 are committed to serve in the 5 branches of our armed forces. The impressive college acceptances include Columbia, Rice, Rutgers, Syracuse, Notre Dame, United Air Force Academy, just to name a few. Thank you to our parents for your support and instilling the desire to achieve as evident by the success shown here today. Let's give our parents a round of applause. Wow, the memories of this year inspires of all. Seniors, who can forget our year in sports, district wins in football, boys soccer, girls basketball, girls and boys track, wrestling, water polo finished third at state, our boys who came in fourth at regional, both our boys and girls golf finished second in the district. All male sports made the playoff, and so many impressive finals finishes by our girls sports as well. Who can forget our first orchestra sweepstakes at UIL? An impressive 14 Tommy Tune nominations for the musical The Drowsy Chaperone. Who can forget our Lunch Beautification Award? Our Game of the Week, early morning pep rally, and of course, our first ever homecoming parade. Those are just a few highlights of activities that you all supported with your talents, hard work, and school spirit. I think students, the faculty, and staff would also agree that many of you made us laugh with your humor. You kept us on your toes with your challenging questions, and you touched our hearts with your generosity, and many of us, you test our patience with your attention to deadlines. All in all, we hope that you have fond memories of your experience at Clear Springs. Graduates, as you set off from here, I hope that you will consider making 3 very special choices. Number 1, believe in yourself. With hard work, passion, and persistence, you can do anything. The future is an empty canvas or a blank sheet of paper, and if you have the courage of your own thought and your own observation, you can make of it what you will. My second advice would be to cherish your relationship with your friends and family. A friend once told me, family is forever. Graduates, family support will always be there for you. Call on their wisdom when you need someone to listen or help you solve a problem. Third choice is to find passion in what you choose to do. When you graduate, it's easy to get lost in the confusion of trying to make the right choice about your future. But in reality, you won't know whether you made the right choice until later when you're able to look back in hindsight. Instead, your best bet is to find something that you love doing and do it with your whole heart. Chances are it would turn out to be the right choice after all. Steve Jobs, former CEO of Apple, states, "The only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great, and the only way to do what is great is to love what you do." Of all the wonderful memories and activities in high school, graduation is by far the most special. Soon, students, you're going to walk across the stage, you're going to receive your diploma, you're going to hear the applause of support. Remember that wherever your life may take you, you will always have a home at Clear Springs. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your principal. On behalf of the faculty and staff, thank you for leaving the footprints of excellence. Congratulations, Chargers, on a job well done.
Thank you, Miss Love. That was so nice. Joining us for our celebration this evening is the Superintendent of Schools. Please join the class of 2012 as we welcome Dr. Greg Smith, Superintendent of Clear Creek Independent School Districts.
Welcome, class of 2012. I congratulate you on the efforts that you've brought forward to this day. This has been an interesting week as we started it off with Memorial Day and honored all those who protect our great country and all those who made the ultimate sacrifice. I know earlier this evening we acknowledged the students who are going into the armed services, but I'd also like to take this moment and have those in the stands who have fought for this great country to please stand and let us recognize you as well. Please rise if you are a veteran. Thank you. We've also had an interesting week because we finished up our final exams. We've also returned 39,000 children all over this great school district out to the streets for the course of the summer. So good luck, parents. We'll see if we can stimulate the economy some more. In addition to that, we'll hold 6 graduation ceremonies this weekend, and we even have Shuttlebration to celebrate as well if you're looking for things to do. To our graduates, it is unlikely that you have made this journey alone. From this podium, I have the advantage of seeing you surrounded by those people who loved you, and still do, by the way. And they've also encouraged you and helped you arrive at this wonderful day in your life. These are the people who changed your diapers as babies, cried tears as they dropped you off on the first day of kindergarten, read you the first book, taught you how to ride a bike, and get back on after you fell off. They also drove you to the practices, lessons, and competitions. They also comforted you when your heart was broken by a significant other, and who always believed in you and everything that you could do as well as be. It has taken you 13 years to get to this point, and now time has expired for your K-12 experience. Indeed, a lot has changed since you were in kindergarten, but one thing is not. You can still get a CCISD lunch for under $2. 13 years ago, when you were learning how to read and write, the world was bracing for Y2K. There were doomsday predictions that computers across the world would crash when the year turned 2000, and some of us older folks even stayed up until 12:01 a.m. to make sure it did not. Boy, we sure could have used your help back then. You are certainly the most technologically equipped generation in history. You are powered by technology and fueled by creativity. This is a great combination to solve important global problems. We have faith that you can. After all, you are Chargers, and you are leaders for tomorrow. Your new beautiful mascot out front, your horse there, Lightning, as Miss Love refers to it, sits proudly before your school and is a lot like you tonight, strong and beautiful. But I have come to know Clear Springs High School has also caught lightning in a bottle. Yes, this class is like capturing something powerful or elusive and then being able to use it and show it to the world. Tonight, as we sit here tonight, we're doing a live video stream of this ceremony, and most likely it'll go, just like last night, to over 24 countries and over 2,000 people throughout the United States watching you, the class of 2012, walk across this stage with pride, dignity, and a sense of purpose, because you are all lightning in a bottle. You have an outstanding principal, Miss Gail Love. Your school has a kindred spirit that is so unique that many of you have not even been able to see it yet, but you can definitely feel it. Indeed, I rest easy tonight and every night knowing that our future is in great hands with future leaders like you. How can I be so confident that our future is in great hands? Because I have seen students like Shadon, Galalian, Larkey at work. Shadon knows no limits on learning or leading. An immigrant to America and a girl suffering from cerebral palsy, you would imagine she could have used both as an excuse, but rather she saw her lack of English and physical impairment as an opportunity. This outstanding graduate is at the top of her class, never accepted or sought accommodations for her disability, and actually has spent hundreds of hours helping the elderly and confined persons. Like all of you, Shadon will give back far more than she receives in her life. As you cross this stage with dignity and purpose tonight, you also get a chance to reboot your life. What exciting opportunities await you? You can change who you hang around with, or if somebody's dragging you down a path of mediocrity rather than support your hopes, dreams, and ambitions, you can do what my daughter did after high school and drop that clingy, non-goal-focused friend like a bad habit. Now, I don't want a bunch of kids breaking up at project graduation tonight or whenever that is, but it is just something that worked well for my daughter. I also want you to know that tonight is not good enough to catch lightning in a bottle, because you can become trapped in a bottle if you are not careful, and your essence cannot be fully revealed. Take this diploma tonight and the lightning that lies within you and do something constructive with it so that the world can see all your beauty and your gifts. Students, on behalf of the teachers and staff and Board of Trustees at Clear Creek Independent School District, I would like to thank you for sharing part of your life with us and wish you the very, very best as proud alumni of Clear Springs High School. For once a Charger, always a Charger. Congratulations.
Good evening. I have the honor of introducing our two highest ranking graduates for the class of 2012. Muhammad Hassan Harira has earned the title of Salutatorian by distinguishing himself in both academics, leadership, and community service. He is also a gifted artist and humanitarian. Muhammad is an AP Scholar, Distinguished, 4-year Superintendent Scholar, and a part of the University of Texas Medical Branch for STEM biology research during his high school career. He served his high school in many leadership roles as president of the National Honor Society, historian for Mu Alpha Theta, member of HOSA, the Health Occupation Students of America. He's also a gifted and talented graphic designer, which is indicated by his vast graphic design arts and awards. His role as humanitarian is quite inspiring. He initiated participation in Hurricane Ike, Road to Recovery, worked with Keep Houston Beautiful, and serves as a tutor and also volunteers at the University of Texas Medical Branch. Muhammad plans to attend Rice University and pursue a degree in biology and art history. After graduation from college, he has goals to gain his doctoral degree in medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the son of Hassan and Sahar Donla. He is your superintendent. He is your salutatorian of the class of 2012. Please welcome Muhammad Hassan Harira.
Good evening, fellow graduates, parents, faculty, staff, Mrs. Love, Dr. Smith, Board of Trustees, and distinguished guests. To my parents, this night has finally come. To my friends, Ardeen, Cindy, Luyu, Drew, Yolo. To my family watching in Egypt and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Kif halik ya nanna? Oh goodness. 2 words, epic fail. Without a doubt, many of us have heard this phrase uttered out loud or written in bold white letters while surfing the internet. Whether it's a picture of a horribly misspelled store sign or a video of someone trying to snowboard on the roof of their house in the heat of summer, we as humans are naturally flawed. However, real failure does not stem from the inability to accomplish a task. In all actuality, there is a significant difference between failure and defeat. As we all may know, one of the most inefficient logical processes is trial and error. Because trial and error requires so much time and inaccuracy to get to the right answer, it is often seen as the incorrect way to solve a problem. Yet sometimes, life as we know it throws us those unexpected difficulties that only trial and error seem to answer. Failure, in reality, is something that has been given a negative definition, especially with the problems that surround us. Often, we hear that experiments failed to yield results, or that a team failed to become champions. While the results of failure are not always positive, failure does have implications that extend farther than any negative effect. The real essence of failure is that it signifies an opportunity to bounce back to do what you originally could not do. When we fail, we should evaluate what went wrong with what we did so that next time a similar situation arises, our response can be different. And you know what? We might fail time after time, but we'll learn. As I said earlier, there is a difference between failure and defeat. Defeat, compared to failure, represents the inability to tinker with your actions to better adapt your response to a new situation. Those who quit become the victims of defeat. Therefore, to fail is to persevere. One of my life mottos, especially when it comes to school, is by Confucius. The scholar who cherishes the love of comfort is not fit to be deemed a scholar. This implies that a scholar should never be okay with or accept an event that seems like a failure to them. Rather, a real scholar pushes on and understands the reasons behind his or her faults. Two of my favorite teachers, Coach Maldonado and Mrs. Sagers, taught me that failure opens many windows to insight on the workings of our errors. In truth, our presence this evening is a testament to our scholarship and our perseverance through the tides of failure. When each of you walks across the stage tonight, realize that this achievement could not have occurred without a hitch. Whether you like it or not, we are all products of failure. Yet, do not take it as something insulting. Take it as a compliment. The fact that you bounce back into your actions time after time illustrates your hard work, ambition, drive, and most importantly, your success. Whether it is a dance move you are trying to execute or a novel about an essay you are reading, success is the real result of trial and error. Thank you, class of 2012, for the past 4 years. Congratulations on persevering through failure and learning to succeed. You have successfully transformed this epic fail into an epic win. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker will be the valedictorian for the class of 2012. Our valedictorian is Arthur Patrick Muzinski. Arthur represents his student body as not only the #1 in his class of 580, but as a role model and scholar. Throughout his high school career, he has shown dedication to succeed academically. Arthur earned a perfect score of 36 on the college entrance exam, ACT. He's a National Merit Finalist through the National Merit Scholarship Program, a National AP Scholar, and a Presidential Scholar candidate. He's a member of the National Honor Society, Treasurer of the Mu Alpha Theta, District Medalist Winner Academic, UIL, 4-year Superintendent Scholar, National Finalist in Creative Problem Solving with HOSA, the Health Occupation Students of America, and he's also a gifted and talented artist. Placed All-State winner solo and duet piano with the Texas Federation of Music Club, All-State piano contest with the Texas Music Teachers Association, and Arthur plans to attend Columbia University and pursue a degree in statistics. After graduation from college, he has goals to gain his doctoral degree. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the son of Roma Mazinski and Miriam Fazo. He is the Clear Springs High School Valedictorian for the class of 2012. Please welcome Arthur Patrick Muzinski.
Greetings, everyone. Can you all hear me? I guess you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Let's hear a little excitement. How's everyone doing? Great to hear. Thank you, Dr. Smith, Principal Love, the distinguished Board of Trustees, and esteemed faculty and staff, parents, and friends for coming this evening, and for everything that you have done for Clear Springs. Before I start, I'd like to thank my family. Mom and Dad, a dream of mine is coming true today, and it is all due to your continuous support. Thank you. In the movie, Catch Me If You Can, Christopher Walken's character states, "Two little mice fell in a bucket of cream. The first mouse quickly gave up and drowned. The second mouse wouldn't quit. He struggled so hard that eventually he churned that cream into butter and crawled out." To be honest, I feel I can speak for everyone graduating here today when I say that this quote captures the essence of what we have all done in the past 4 years. We each were that second mouse, pushing forward, exerting ourselves as far as our wills would take us, struggling, but reaching, always reaching. Many of our peers started in the same place with us, only to fall back, to quit, to not make it out. In the end, this is their loss. My fellow graduates, today we celebrate our collective passage from, or escape out of, a big stage in our young lives. While I personally congratulate you all, I also come with a bit of bad news. High school will not be our only cup of cream. All of us will encounter rough situations, requiring us to churn and churn just to make it through. We are all bound to encounter many difficult obstacles, some of which we may not be able to individually surmount. But we've all succeeded in great and awe-inspiring ways once. I ask you, why can we not continue our success into the future? Almost 4 years ago, we came into this school with a common goal. At the time, I doubt any of us would word that goal as to be that second mouse, churning that cream into butter. However, we have all become that survivor, and today, our goal has finally come to fruition. All of us here have accomplished that which we originally set out to do. That, in itself, warrants an enormous amount of praise. However, what is truly noteworthy is that we did it together. Society today faces no shortage of problems, from a disastrous economic crisis to violent foreign conflicts to the alarming depletion of non-renewable energy resources and beyond. It should be our role as citizens to step up and shoulder these burdens. For though we have each survived through our fair share of predicaments, as evidenced by our caps, gowns, and symbolic diplomas, we should now look to do something more. For that second mouse, upon hoisting its body proudly in victory, can only look back and see its fallen friend. My fellow graduates, I congratulate you all on your achievement thus far. However, our job is not done. We must now look back to lend a helping hand to those less fortunate than ourselves, to those who need our aid. With our commitment, we, the future, can accomplish amazing and beautiful things, and even that first comrade of ours can squeak by. Now is the time to start, graduates, unified as one. This, the Clear Springs High School class of 2012. Thank you.
Good evening. I have the honor of presenting two special awards tonight. Let me first say that it has been my pleasure and privilege to serve as the assistant principal over the Clear Springs High School graduating class of 2012. As the third graduating class for Clear Springs High School, you too have had the opportunity to attend Clear Springs for 4 years. Parents in the stands tonight, students on the floor below, teachers, staff, community members, and honored guests. In 2008, Clear Springs High School opened, and over the past 4 years, it has become a high school of excellence. The past 4 years have been filled with many firsts, and together we have created a legacy of traditions that will endure for years to come. Tonight's award honors that legacy. The Principal's Legacy Award has been given each year at graduation to a young man and woman in the graduating class who the faculty believes represents the culture of excellence that has been established here at Clear Springs High School under the leadership of our principal, Ms. Gail Love. Winners are selected based upon their leadership, academics, extracurricular involvement, service to the community, and service to our school. The Legacy Award is the most prestigious award that a student can receive at Clear Springs High School. It is reserved exclusively for seniors, and it is the only award that is allowed to be presented during the graduation ceremony. The recipients of the Principal's Legacy Award will have their names engraved upon this plaque, which is on permanent display at Clear Springs High School. The 2012 Principal's Legacy Award recipients are Davis Allen Hairston and Taylor Renee Provost. Please come to the front and be recognized.
Thank you. Dr. Smith, will you please join me at the podium? Dr. Smith, I hereby certify that these students have successfully completed the course of study as prescribed by the state of Texas. In addition, they have satisfied the graduation requirement as stipulated by the Board of Trustees of the Clear Creek Independent School District.
Ms. Love, I hereby accept the certification and declare these students as graduates of Clear Springs High School with all the honors, rights, and privileges appertaining to this degree. Congratulations.